All right, my friends, we're starting off in a child's pose today, and I'd like to suggest or just recommend maybe taking your knees a bit wide today with your toes touching, your big toes touching. You're sitting close by your heels, and notice how this gives you a lot more space. Sometimes it just feels nice depending on what your body wants. Give yourself that extra space and go ahead and walk your head down and settle into your child's. Allow yourself big breaths in and clean out your lungs with big exhales. Allow your lungs to really inflate and allow that rib cage to expand from the inside on your inhales. Think of opening up extra space between all the vertebrae, between the shoulder blades, even in front between your collarbones. Space. Allow the exhales to use your strong belly muscles to move inward. Use the sides of your belly and the back as well. Everything compresses inward on the exhale. Long and slow with the breath, nice and easy. And feel your body just naturally relaxing and settling down toward the earth here. By simply not resisting and standing yourself up right now, you're allowing yourself to soften. So you feel maybe hips are softening. You feel the inner thigh perhaps opening toward the floor. You might be feeling some nice neutral feelings of release in your low back as your tailbone slightly points down toward the ground and neutralizes that low back curve. Notice some length in your spine where your rib cage is, your thoracic spine, and maybe if you feel inclined, you can start looking at your hands, resting your chin on the floor, but only if that's comfortable. If you feel like it makes you strain and squinch up your shoulders by your ears, that's the opposite of what we want. We want to really extend and flatten the spine here. So if you could, move those shoulders down your back, away from your ears, lengthening your neck, and look forward at your hands. And take some deep breath here. Maybe one more really big breath into the back tissues, the spaces between the ribs, and wrapping all around the rib cage. And then as you're ready, use your strong grip in your hands to pull yourself up here. Come on up to a really wide hands and knees. Okay, and from here, we're gonna keep the knees kind of wide, keeping the hips just about level with your knees here. Find a strong grip in your arms with your hands under your shoulders and pull those elbows inward toward each other. Okay, keep a long neck and a strong belly. And let's see if we could circle the hips out in some kind of weird, slow hip circles, moving the hips side and forward and side and back. So we want to just start to move around the hips a little more, and you feeling your low back maybe too. Rewind that. Okay, opening up some nice spaciousness in your hips. Bring yourself back to more of a center place. And let's bring it back to hands and knees with knees under hips. Okay, and let's get the right leg up and out behind. Go ahead and bend that knee. And point the right knee behind you and point those right toes straight up. So make an extra special effort here to roll that right hip under if you feel it start to lift, okay? We want to keep the hips level. Internally rotating. And we have still strong arms, elbows in, and belly up. And we're going to pull the right toe toward the back of the head. So take a big breath in. Hold that right toe towards your head. You can use your arm strength too to send that heart forward. With your exhale, push the floor away and roll that right knee towards your nose. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, pull heart forward, right knee towards your head, right toe towards your head. And then exhale, pull it in, knee to nose. Nice and slow. Can you just find a rhythm here? Take a few more. Important to remember that strong upper body. Sometimes it has a tendency to kind of fall asleep and get kind of soft. Keep it on. Keep that belly button moving in towards your spine. Even when you're extending or arching your back. Using that back strength on the arch. Using the core and belly strength on the curling inward, the rounding. Now pull that toe towards your head one more time and hold it right there in that back extension. Keep your upper body strong. Try to slide your shoulder blades down your back towards your hips. Keep breathing. Keep the belly strong in towards your spine. Feel your back muscles contracting all along the left and a little bit of the top right side. One more big breath in. And then exhale here, pull it in, knee to nose, and we're gonna hold right here and stretch all that out. Hold and breathe. Push the floor, let your head hang. Really let the back of the neck release as you breathe. See if you could widen the space between your shoulders. One more breath here, maybe a little funky challenge if you accept, okay? Maybe challenge yourself to bend that left knee, point the left toes up at the ceiling. So you're balancing on that left kneecap. And then perhaps if you spread your left fingers really wide and put some extra, opposite that. If you spread your right fingers really wide and push down into that right hand, maybe you could reach forward with your left and balance. Try it out. Ooh, a funky balance. Take maybe one more breath here as you surf on that balance challenge. And then come on back to hands and knees. Whew. Shake it off. Tuck your toes. Go ahead and lift your hips, lift your knees. Walk your hands back to your feet. And let's shake it out for a moment. Bend your knees, sway your upper body. Shake your head. Ooh. Give yourself time here. Beginning to stretch open the backs of the legs here very gently. So bend the knees, make it soft, make it easy on the legs. And if you start from ease rather than kind of cranking the hamstrings open, then sometimes they soften more readily. Okay, hopefully feeling a little extra space in your back as your upper body hangs from your hips. All right, yogis, from here, let's bring it all the way up. So press into your heels, roll yourself up. Think of reaching up tall. Okay, lift your chest as you do that, rolling the shoulder blades down your back. Maybe a teensy back bend here. Okay, with your exhale, right hand to right thigh. Okay, just slide it down. Send that left arm overhead. Keep the belly in. Big left side stretch. And inhale, bring it back up to center. Again, a teeny back bend here. Lift your heart. All right, exhale here, switching sides, left hand to left thigh. Slide it down, reach the right hand over and pull that belly in. Oh, might get some pops on that right side. All right, inhaling back up one more time. Tiny little back bend, lifting your heart. Then exhale, hinging at your hips. Let's fold it down, all the way down. Okay, bend your knees softly up on your fingertips as you inhale. Look forward, unroll your spine, extend it one more time. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way down. Take a big fold, bend your knees, and hug your legs. Maybe sway. Opening up that low back. And then back down to the mat with us. So go ahead and walk the hands out away from your feet. And bring it down to hands and knees. All right, so here we are again. Let's do the other side. So hopefully you're feeling some nice warmth in your back already, some nice spaciousness in your low back, and spaciousness in the legs as well. Let's get to the left side. So left knee out behind you, left toes point up at the ceiling. And then start to really get some push into your arms. We want them active here. We want the neck long, and we want the chest active. So pull the elbows inward and lift that belly. Keeping the low back safe, we tuck the left hip under. So give it a good intentional tuck under, and then inhale here, left toe toward the back of your head. Just think about sending it there. It doesn't matter how close it gets, but do use your upper body to pull that heart forward. And then exhale, left knee to your nose. Stretching open the back body. Find a rhythm here. Inhale to extend and strengthen your spine. And exhale, rounding, opening up the back body toward the ceiling, strengthening your front belly. Keep going. Feel that wave movement in your spine. Okay, let's do it maybe 2 more. Just like this. Pushing the floor, keeping the neck long. And then next time you come back up toward that toe to head action, hold it right there. Okay, and then strong upper body, lift the lower belly so you have a low back protection. And then send that left toe towards your head. Breathe. Feel the back body lit up. 1 more breath. And then start to roll that left knee in towards your nose. Hold it right there and breathe. Stretch all the back open. Strong body. Push the floor and breathe. Now I want you to really let your neck hang here. Just let it go. Your heavy head is soft and hanging. Your shoulders are strong. Maybe challenge yourself. You can balance on the right knee. Point the right toes up. Okay, and we put some big spread in the left fingers and push into the left hand a bit more. Maybe we can get the right fingers reaching forward. Hold and breathe. Play with balance. Maybe you put 1 fingertip on the floor here of the right hand. You'd be surprised what one fingertip can do to help with balance. Whew. 1 more breath here. Finding that challenge. Pull the belly in. Whew. And then let it go. Hands and knees. Shake it off. And let's tuck toes again. Lift your hips all the way back to a forward fold. And hang. Okay, from here, put some softness in your knees and allow your hands to contact the floor in a way that feels a bit supportive. You can use fingertips. And we'll just cross ankles. So step 1 ankle over. I'll start with right, okay? Right ankle over left. And then soft bending the knees. Allow your upper body to drape here. Nice and soft. And so we can stay just right here. If this is quite enough for you, you stay here. And you bend your knees more to make the legs softer. And once you feel yourself opening up, because we'll spend a few more breaths, you feel the legs opening up, you can press into the feet a little more, but make sure not to lock your knees, okay? If you extend your knees and you still feel like you have more spaciousness to explore, you can walk your hands out to the right and keep breathing. So the right ankle crosses over, we walk the hands to the right, then your hips are moving to the left. You feel that little shift in balance. Drop your head, shake it out. Ooh. Make sure your neck is long. Enjoy this stretch and twistiness all across your back. So if you want even more and you're feeling great, okay, please make sure that your hands are still touching the floor and you're not too reachy. And then we're gonna maybe softly bend the knees and walk the hands to point back behind you. So away from the direction your toes are pointing. And breathe here. Soften your head and your neck. Let it go. Breathe into the left side. Big stretch. All right, bring it back through center, and we're gonna switch sides. So bring the right foot back to normal under your right hip. Maybe shake it out a little bit here, and we'll switch left ankle over left. Sorry, left ankle over right. So just doing the opposite side. Again, let your head hang. Feel the stretch in your right side now, up the side of the right leg, over the glute, low back, even up into the right side of your upper back. And to complement that, let your head hang. So if you start off with your knees a little bent, it allows things to soften more naturally. And then as the hamstrings and the backs of your legs open, you can straighten the legs more maybe, but try not to lock them. Feel the nice twist growing, okay, side stretch growing. Maybe you want to grow the stretch more and you walk the fingers more over to the left. Taking some time here. Maybe you decide you want to walk the fingers all the way behind. Okay, really digging into that right side, opening. Let your head be soft. Remember to relax your neck. Sometimes I catch myself unconsciously tensing my neck. Get the shoulders down. All right, friends. Bring your hands back to center. We're going to take both feet back to normal and put the big toes together maybe this time to challenge your balance a little more. Put a little space between your heels. And with your inhale, roll yourself up. Nice and slow. Okay, after folding for so long, lift your chest, lift your heart, a tiny back bend here. Point your tailbone straight down and a side bend as you exhale. Let's take right hand to right thigh, slide it down. Left hand reaches overhead. Point that tailbone down. Coming up through center, big breath in. Tiny back bend. And exhale, other side. So left hand to left thigh, right hand reaches over. Slide the left hand down and point your tailbone at the earth. Bringing it back up on the inhale. One more teeny tiny back bend here. And exhale, hinging your hips, fold it all the way down. And hang. Soft knees, fingertips down on your inhale, halfway up. Unroll your spine, look forward. Long neck. And exhale here, fold deeply. Just hug your legs and pull your shins towards your face. Gently. All right, from here, hands on the ground, you can bend your knees. Go ahead and walk forward until you're in a plank. And let's hold and breathe right here in plank pose. Okay, so we're nice and warm now. Shoulders are warm. Nice spaciousness in the back and the backs of the legs. So remember, in your plank, you can always drop your knees anytime at all. It's still a plank. So whether you have your knees down or up, you're in plank, as long as your shoulders are over your wrists and those elbows pull inward and you have a strong push against the floor. And feel free to really engage your legs against the floor as well. Okay, sometimes the tendency is to forget that you can use the lower body too. So push down into the floor. Hold and breathe. And we'll do a few plank dogs here. So remember to drop your knees at any time, and you can still do it from there. But with your inhale, you're in your plank. And with your exhale, you're in a down dog. You're pressing back with your hips. You're dropping your heels and maybe looking forward at your hands for a little back extension. Okay, and then again, inhale forward into your plank, strong shoulders over wrists. And then exhale, press it to down dog. Push the floor. Strong arms. So let's do that a few more times. Inhale for your plank. And exhale for your dog. Plank dog. Now you're going to drop your knees at any time if you need to, okay? No matter where you are, you can still focus on the same challenge. Okay, keeping the spine long and strong. And you can also keep the knees down and look forward at your hands like that with your knees down instead of down dog. So let's do 3 more. Building strength and warmth in your upper body, mobility in your shoulders. Okay, maybe next time you press it back to down dog. Let's hold it right there. Okay, we'll take a few breaths here. Let's take maybe 3 or 4 long, slow breaths in downward facing dog. Bending your knees more if you need to, but try to get that long, open feeling in your neck and spine. Deep breath in. Push that floor away. So in downward facing dog, there are a lot of little things you can think about as you take your next couple breaths. Okay, pull the elbows inward slightly and put a big weight in your thumb and forefinger bones. Feel the shoulders slide down your back maybe. Okay, lift the tailbone a little higher and see if you could lift your kneecaps to drop your heels. Maybe taking your last long, slow breath here. All right, and then relax. We're going to swing the shoulders forward, bring that right foot forward. Go ahead and drop it outside your right hand and come into a low lunge. And you can come up on your fingertips here if you want to roll out your wrists, or even flip your hands over with the palm facing up and stretch out your wrists after that. So coming down into a low lunge means that you can keep your hips away from the floor to make it more gentle. You can also bring the left knee forward to make this very gentle. Or you can scooch the left knee back and let the hips hang lower to make it a little bit more, if you like. Okay, so rolling out the wrists, rock side to side, roll over the knuckles, make a fist. Make sure those wrists are nice and rolled out, and then we'll flip them over with the palm down, fingers pointed back. Spread the fingers, peel them up and down. So here in this low lunge, as we kind of luxuriate in this wrist stretch, remember to keep your legs a little active. So continue to actively push the floor down and pull in the knees toward each other to make sure your lunge is active. Okay, as you're ready, if your wrists are happy and stretched out here, go ahead and use that right knee to press up to Anjaneyasana. Okay, low lunge. You can get your arms up in the air. And keep in mind, if you need support at some point, you can grab the right leg and kind of push it away, lifting your hips to come out. and then lower down if you need to at any time. Maybe fingers on the floor. Okay, but in your low lunge, go ahead and reach your hands up. Big breath in, and we're gonna twist it here, okay? So as you exhale, twist to look over that right leg, look behind you, and let's hold here, just enjoying this twist. So you can use the right leg for support still here, maybe with one hand. Make it more gentle. Or if everything feels pretty good here, you can look over that right shoulder and start to really drop the right shoulder down your back and lift the left arm. So expanding more into the left side and dropping more into that right shoulder. Make sure the legs are still active. Okay, very important. Keep them awake and gently pushing the floor. Perhaps you take the right hand to the left leg and you can really reach that left hand over. You can grab that, just grab the left leg anywhere. You can even think of walking your fingers down. Keep the legs active. Keep breathing. Okay, if you really want to open up chest here, heart, shoulder, you can start to look up at the ceiling. So you're somewhere along that spectrum. Maybe you stopped at the very beginning of that lunge and just kind of kept it gentle, or maybe you opened up, but no matter where you are, breathe. Push the floor with your legs. Maybe one more breath here. Big low lunge, opener. As you're ready, slide yourself up and out. Come out the same way you came in. And go ahead and drop both hands to the floor underneath your shoulders. Okay, from here, we're gonna bring it into a pigeon pose. So go ahead and walk your left foot over to your right foot over to the left and drop that right knee. We're coming down into pigeon. So take your time here, okay? And I want to remind you that your hips don't need to touch the floor. If your hips are up off the floor, that's fine too. You can even put something underneath you like a pillow to support yourself. Okay, but take a moment to make sure your hips are level with the ground. Hips and shoulders always level. And move the right foot closer to you if you need to. You can even sit on it just to keep it a little softer and gentler. But you can move the right knee away to get more into the right outer hip and into the low back. So come on down, gently using your elbows maybe at first, and hang your head. Okay, after that big dramatic low lunge, or maybe it was a really gentle low lunge, that's nice too. Allow the spine to soften and round. So maybe you allow your forehead to come all the way down. You can take your arms out in front. And take some more time just breathing here in pigeon pose. Let this neck remain soft here, okay? So remember in your pigeon posture that you're still gently resisting the floor. So both legs are gently pushing down and the knees drawing inward. Engage your left glutes so that the leg is firm. And then breathe into the right hip. Right side of the low back, getting gently tugged on. Hips always level. You can take a look if you're not sure. Are the hips level? And you could stay here, or you can add a little twisty by taking the left arm under the right, dropping that left shoulder. You can join your hands and straighten your arms. Remember to gently resist the floor all the time with your legs. Top of the left foot on the floor. One more breath here, breathing some nice spaciousness into your back body. let's walk ourselves back up and out. Okay, come on, walk yourself up and out of your pigeon. Tuck the back toes, the left toes. Lift that left knee, and let's bring it all the way up to a three-leg dog, pushing the floor away. Right leg up in the air. And hold and breathe right here. I'd like to take it into a scorpion from here. So you can start to bend that right knee and point the right toes to the left, opening up that right hip. Should feel really nice after pigeon. So keep in mind, if this is too challenging, you can drop your left knee and just do the same thing from here. Breathe in your scorpion. Take up all the space in your scorpion. And start to drop the right shoulder so that you can look under the left and see your right foot. Drop the right shoulder and pull the left hip back and breathe. If you like the feeling in the back of the left leg and you want to open up a little bit more, you can come up on the left tippy toes for a little fun, playful stretch. Okay, and you can even extend that right leg, but keep the right shoulder down. Just a little playful stretch here. And then, if you like, we can transition here into a flip dog. So feel free to stay in scorpion, or you could play around with it by dropping the right toes to the floor on the left. You're going to make a right tippy toe, and your left leg is pretending that it's in a side plank. It's long and strong. That right arm can come up and over here if you like. You can have a side bend. You can make it very side bend. Or you can even make it more of a back bend by lifting your heart toward the ceiling and looking more up. Wherever you are in your flip dog or scorpion, whatever it is, take one more really big breath into your side and your chest. And transition slowly out as carefully as you came in. And we'll all meet back in a three-leg dog. Take a big breath in. Send that right leg up in the air. Then exhale. Let it go. Bring it back to downward facing dog. Wow. Take a big breath in here. Find a plank. That was some good stretching. And with your exhale, maybe hop it, maybe step it to your hands and fold. Shake it out. Inhale here, roll it up. Reach up high. Let's make a nice little back bend here. Lifting your heart. Okay, keep that heart lifted, but as you exhale, take your hands down behind you, okay? And your hands on your back with the fingers pointed up and the palm pressing to that low back. And try to pull the elbows inward. And really want to point the tailbone as much down at the earth as you can here, lifting that belly up and in. So just get a moment. It's kind of a funky posture, so get yourself in there. And then keeping that belly inward, maybe you want to start lifting your heart, pull the elbows toward each other. And just cultivating a little bit of a deeper back bend here. Breathe and hold and hold and breathe. Strong legs push the floor. Inhale to lift your heart. Belly in each time you exhale. One more breath here. Strong legs push. Inhale. All right, with your inhale, tuck your chin, roll yourself up and out of your back bend. Reach up tall. And exhale, hinging at your hips. Take your time, rolling it all the way down. Forward folding after that nice back bend. Take your time, really bend your knees here. Let that, that back body relax. And then palms are down. Inhale to your plank. You can hop it or step it. Exhale for your chaturanga. Knees, elbows, all the way down. Inhale for your cobra. Pull your heart forward. Think of lengthening your heart upward as the hands pull back. And with your exhale, tuck your toes. Come on up through hands and knees. Find a down dog. Back in downward facing dog. Breathe. Walk out the heels. Notice the difference between the two sides. We still haven't gone over to the left side with our low lunge and our pigeon and our scorpion. So inhaling here, let's get that left leg up in the air. And then exhale, send that left foot forward. Okay, find your lunge. Take some time in it. Okay, you can come up on those fingers if you need to. And really pressing into the floor with both legs. Find some activity in the legs. Okay, long and strong in your spine. And you can stay here in your lunge. Just allowing the hips to soften. Or you can use that left leg to press up to, okay, a more active low lunge. So come on up, hands in the air. And breathe. Remember to gently push the floor. So remember, you can stay here. You can come down. And you can use the left leg for a little support if you need to. In your low lunge, you're thinking about releasing the front of the right hip down toward the ground as you gently push the floor with that leg. And you're thinking about releasing the back of the left leg down as you gently push with it. So we have active range of motion is the safest and most effective way to lengthen and release tissues. So stay here with your low lunge, or we're going to twist it, looking over to the left. Open your arms wide and breathe. You can still use the left leg for support, maybe with one arm. So feel the back body here, feel the front, feel that twisting action, and keep the belly lifting inward to keep the low back safe. Keep the legs resisting the floor. And then maybe you play with deepening the side bending here. You can take that right hand up and the left hand more down. Maybe walking that left hand along the right leg. Breathe. Resist the floor. Lift that heart. Okay, you can keep it more of a side bend, or you can really start to lift the heart if you want more of a back bend. One more big breath here, wherever you are, wherever feels best in this low lunge, twisty, back extendy variation. And then allow yourself to spiral out very gently, the same order you came in. Okay, feel that nice low lunge magic kind of sinking in, and then we're going to transition to a pigeon. So left foot shimmies to the right, and bring the left knee down. Okay. You can sit your hips more up to make this more gentle. You can put a whole pillow underneath your hips if you need to, or just a mat, and sink into it. Okay, allow yourself to feel grounded in this posture, gently pushing the legs into the earth. You have hips level, top of the right foot down. Okay, gently pressing down, start to walk those hands out. Okay, you can do an elbow, head hang here, releasing the back of the neck. Okay, keep the right glutes active. Remember, active legs. And just a little bit of activity is going to give us just the right amount of release. Okay, once the posture softens up, walk your hands out. We'll be here for several more breaths, so relax into the posture. Just enough activity to be in the posture, nothing more. Softly pushing the floor with your legs, working the right glute. If you feel like you'd like to add a twist here, you can slide right arm under left. Okay, dropping that right shoulder. And look over to the left. Take your time, keep your neck long. Maybe join your hands and straighten your arms. As you're ready, pigeons, start coming on out. Take your time. No rush. Start to walk your hands back up by your left leg. And we'll be transitioning up to a three-legged dog from here. So we'll take the right toes and tuck up. Lift the right knee and send that left leg all the way up and out. Three-legged dog. Okay, I'd like to turn this into a scorpion. So bend that left knee, shoot the toes over to the right, and pause. Okay, scorpion. Such a good pairing with that pigeon. So remember, if you need a break, you're dropping the right knee and you're just gonna stay with the left leg. If all is going well and you wanna play around a little bit more, you can come up on those right tippy toes, okay? Just playing with the shapes. But we need to keep that sense of looking under the right armpit. Drop into that left shoulder. You can even bend the left elbow. Okay, drop the left shoulder, look under the right, and see your toes in the air. Pull that right hip back. Okay, scorpion, so many intricacies, but so many things to play with. Maybe extend that left leg just for fun. So you could stay here, or you could explore more in the direction of a flip dog. You could take the left toes and drop them all the way to the floor on the right. Tippy toes on the left leg, long and strong on the right leg. And that left arm can reach up and over, and you could take a side bend from here. Very much like a side plank feeling. So you could keep the side plank feeling, or you could extend it, lifting your heart into a back bend feeling. So I'm just giving you a lot of options, but wherever you are is perfect. Wherever you are is good as long as it feels good. One more breath wherever you are. And then let it go. Come out slowly the way you came in. One last big breath in here, three-legged dog, extending that left leg up in the air. And then exhale here, drop that foot. Back in downward facing dog. Walk it out. Notice how that down dog feels. Then inhale here, find your plank. Exhale, hop or step to your hands and fold. Hang your hat. Bend your knees. Let your spine hang. Take a moment to let your back just soften after all that movement and bending and side bending. And just let the spine hang soft. From here, as you're ready, bend your knees, have a seat, and roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Come on down to your back. We'll take some cactus arms here and just Twist out your spine before we rest. Okay, take your feet up off the floor and take a moment just to roll your low back around on the floor. Kind of smooshing and massaging it. Maybe activating your core a little bit to allow your low back to release. Okay, and then bring the knees into center. And then hold right there. Activate your core. So feel your belly button pulling down toward the ground and keep that feeling as you slowly lower your knees over to the right. Hover them as you look to the left. Hold and breathe. Active belly button inward. Resist the floor with your arms and hover those knees. Breathe. Nice, bring the legs into center. Other side, active core, belly button down. Hover the knees on the left. Look to the right, hold and breathe. So when we activate core and abs after a back bend, it kind of helps neutralize the spine. One more breath here, resisting the floor with your arms. And bring it back into center here. Drop your feet. Go ahead and extend those legs. Extend your arms down by your side. And rest. Time to rest. Allow your body to relax into the floor. Shoulder blades maybe tuck underneath you a little so the chest feels big. Allow all effort and activity to drain away and just be. Notice the breath coming freely and effortlessly without controlling it. Your body already knows what to do. Allow your body to relax. No more effort, no more resistance. Everything just being, no doing. Take a moment to relax into the moment, just being present. And notice every sensation and every sound. Every nuance of this moment, including your thoughts. Watch the thoughts like clouds. So please keep resting just like this for as long as you can. The longer the better. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me.